Well, welcome to part 7 of our series on finding hope when life is fearful. 1600 years ago, an event happened that shook the entire world. The city of Rome, the center of the Roman Empire, was sacked by a foreign army. This act sent ripples across the entire world, but especially caused great concern and confusion among Christians. You see, just a few decades earlier, the Roman Empire had become Christian, and Christians saw Rome as the city of God, the natural fulfillment of the expansion of God's kingdom across the world. The idea that it could be taken, that it could be overrun by pagan barbarians was unthinkable, and yet it happened. And so this caused great confusion among Christians, and even among non-Christians. There were accusations that the reason Rome had fell was because Christianity had weakened it. And in the midst of all this chaos and confusion, a man named Augustine, who would become one of the most famous Christian authors in history, wrote a book called The City of God. And in it, he argued that the city of God was not Rome. The city of God was not physical at all. It was God's kingdom spiritually that advances no matter what happens in this world. Because Augustine knew a truth that is just as significant today as it was 1600 years ago. And that truth is that our hope is not in this world. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting in verse 16, Paul says, "Therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. But what is unseen is eternal." See, as Christians, we know that there is life beyond this one, that we will meet Jesus one day, and that we will be rewarded according to what we have done for him. This isn't our home. This present world is a brief overnight stay on the journey. And if it's terrible and frightening and difficult, we can be thankful and rest assured that it's just for a little while. This will end, and we will live forever, healed and whole, without sadness or suffering or death, in the presence of God. And so we fix our eyes on that. We fix our eyes on him, looking past the moment of suffering and beyond that towards perfect rest in him. And so our truth for today is that our hope is not in this world, which leads us to our tip for today. And that tip is, you can focus on faithfulness in the storm rather than deliverance from the storm, especially in this life. Some storms in life never end. That illness that you or your loved ones are experiencing, it may never end except in death. You may never be financially secure. You may never have a job that you love. That relationship that is broken, it might not be restored. Some storms last throughout this physical life. And yet, we know that this life is not all there is. And so by focusing on faithfulness in the storm, rather than trying to fix the storm, trying to escape from it, trying to gain deliverance from it, we can shift our focus. We can shift our focus to trying to protect others rather than trying to protect ourselves. By focusing on faithfulness in the storm, we can shift from stressing about what might happen to focusing on what will happen. This world will end. These difficulties will seem temporary. We will be rewarded for what we've done for Christ. And our friends and family, those that we love and we care about, their lives will end too, and they too will come face to face with their Lord Jesus Christ. And so we want to do whatever we can to share the hope and the good news of the gospel so that they are ready as well, and so that they know the hope that we have. If you focus on being faithful in the storm, then how you feel about what is going on around you will shift from its impact on you to God's work through you as you seek to be his representative in that situation. And so because of the truth that our hope is not in this world, we are freed up to not have to worry so much about what happens to us in this world. And that will give you hope.